Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to today's live decoding session for BankNifty futures. Today is the Monday, 23rd of October 2023, and the current time is 9:05 a.m. IST. And let me just quickly share my screen and let's understand what's the overall context. Okay, so overall, what has happened is we are just trading in a balance. So there are sellers around 43,900 and supply is shutting off around 43,600. Okay, so we were in this 300 point chop range with a spike. So basically this is a price probe or a spike created to look for supply. So this is where the sellers are seen, and we don't have a clear low, but yeah, we are just a couple of ticks away from the low. So overall auction has closed within the balance, but value is developing lower. Inventory is definitely short, and tomorrow is a holiday in the India markets, right? So I'm expecting again one more balance, but the areas where I'm observing are from 43,600 to 43,900. Okay, so similar observations seen on the 30-minute chart. So this is on a trading view, the monthly contract. But overall I'm seeing stops getting built around 640 level. So this is where there are buyers present, and this is where there are sellers present, right? So pretty choppy day, and a lot of mean reversion sort of trades were pretty much available in this particular auction that was happening on Friday. Okay, next thing is so this week we have a monthly expiry, so a lot of futures contract and also our index, they are also expiring. And an alarming thing which I am observing is the treasury bond. So there has been an appreciation. So this is not a good sign. The 10-year bond yield increasing indicates that more of selling pressure to be coming in. Okay, so I'm just closing that, but overall from the print, what I'm seeing is 750 to 650. This was the 100-point range where I'm seeing a lot of demand seen. Similarly, in HDFC Bank, we have got an area where there are trapped buyers. And okay, so the pre-open data is out. We are opening above 43,800. So we are gonna tag this particular zone, that is 43,900, and I'm looking for continuation higher and see the reaction at 44,000 level and 44,100, because this is an area where there are a couple of stops and there are anomalies. Okay, so as we are opening gap up, let it continue higher, and I'll be looking at 43,900 and see the reaction at that particular level. So the trade plan is as it is opening. So how many points is it opening? So it is opening just 100 points, right? So 99 points. Okay, so as it is opening just 99 points, right? So for me, 800 and 750, this is that 50-point range, because below 800 I'm seeing a lot of supply is trapped, and 750 is where again more supply is getting trapped. So I'm going to observe, does it look below 800, feel, and then continue higher, or does it look below 800, continue, and do I see some responsive buying between 700 to 750 range? Correct. On the futures also, we are going to open around the 850 level. This is where I'm looking for some supply to be coming in, and below 800 is the zone where again I'm seeing trapped shorts, or areas where I'm looking for responsive buying. Okay, in HDFC Bank, this is the zone where there is a trapped seller, and 1518 is where I'm seeing some buyers to reinitiate the trades. Similarly, 1518 is the level again in futures. So this is the HDFC Bank cash market. This is HDFC Bank futures. So here I'm seeing 1518 as a level of support, and below this particular zone, so this is 1515, is where I'm seeing a trapped seller. Okay, but overall inventory is flat. Inventory is definitely long, but yeah, inventory overall inventory, short-term inventory is short, right? So we are opening out of this particular balance, and I'm looking for continuation higher and see whether the supply comes in or not. Okay, so I'm just closing this chart, and where I'm looking for sellers is 44,000 level. This is a high volume area node, and above that around 44,400, 44,300, because these are the zones where sellers will be reinitiating their trades. Okay, so let me just close this chart, and also, yeah, so if you see, this is 44,000. Above 44,000 we have this particular level where again I'm seeing more sellers. 43,500 is also the zone where I'm looking for there are buyers accumulated their positions, and that is in this particular balance, or this particular auction which has been getting created. Okay, so overall the trade plan is pretty simple. Let me just close this. I'll again reshare what's my trade plan. So overall trade plan is we are opening 100 points up, so we are going to open around the this particular level, that is previous day's close, or the spike. So this particular price probe, I'm looking for sellers to come here, and this is also a level where, so basically I'm looking for supply to come in, supply to come in at this particular range. So do we move out of balance and do we see continuation, or do we move out of balance and do we again come back within balance? So today is a day to avoid. Today is a day to just observe the choppiness, which is getting created. And for me, the this particular zone, 800 to 850, this 50-point zone is very important. If the price starts developing below this, then I'm looking for continuation lower, tagging the previous day's low, and see whether some more supply do shut off and do responsive buying comes in. But for me, the 750 to 800, this 50-point range is pretty important, and that's what I'll be looking today. From the premium side, so let me just open one click, right? So yeah, so overall the call premiums are 43,600. This is 43. Let me just see if I can hit refresh. So this should be 44,000 CE, and this should be yeah. So yeah, the strike prices are not updated, but I'm seeing put put OI is higher compared to, so okay, just hold on. So 43,800 plus 2, so that is 44,000 call, and 43,800 minus 2 is 43,600. Okay, so these are the strike prices will be getting appreciated, and currently the put has a higher price, or the way a lot of supply is seen there. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to observe the order flow which is going to come in. The current time is 9:15, and yeah, this is that 50-point range, 800 to 850. We are going to open within this. So let's see. And this is again a 1-minute chart where I'm trying to look at the flow of orders which is coming in. Yeah. So let's see how the auction develops. I'm looking at the order flow, and also another trade idea is I'm looking for responsive buying from 750 to 736, because this is where a lot of buyers have accumulated their positions. So as it is opening above, I'm looking for supply to come in. My trade plan is to enter a call here, and then look for continuation higher. Okay, so the time is 9:14 and 51 seconds. So let's see how the overall auction develops. And if you have got any questions, feel free to use the chat function. Okay, so we have opened within the spike range. Let me just hit refresh. But 800, so we opened out of 800, and it is currently just developing in the balance. So 800 to 750 is the area where I shared I'm looking for. I'm observing. So what has happened is we looked above the key period high. This is where I was looking for sellers. Sellers have come in, and also it has tagged the previous day's close. So I think today the auction is pretty fast. I am a bit slow. So the trade plan which I shared was I was looking for responsive buying in this particular zone. Responsive buying has happened, so it looked below and failed, and now I'm looking for continuation higher, and I'm looking for again more sellers or supply to be coming in at this particular range. So okay, I see a seller at 850? I'm seeing some buyers trapped at this particular level. So again, it looked above and failed. This is where again more supply is coming in. Overall, the inventory is long. The delta is pretty flat. Okay, so we are gonna chop. So there is no trade plan yet. The trade plan which I had was to so I was actually I was not expecting price to open and then fall so sharp. But this trade plan has already worked out. Now I'm looking for a chop. So we are going to chop between 800 and 750, this 50-point range. Above 800 is where we have got supply. Below 800 is where we have got supply, I would say trapped supply or demand, right? So let this particular auction chop. Let me see, what am I seeing at 1 minute charts. Okay, so now what I'm seeing is, do we get a buyer at 43,773 or 774? So 777, yeah, this is 744 and this is 774. Yep, so I'm looking at this. At this level, do I see a buyer or not? Okay, so again, 800 is the zone where there is supply. Overall, delta is negative, so it is in control of the sellers. We have got buyers trapped above 800 and sellers coming in below 800. Okay, so I'm waiting for this particular anomaly to get cleared, and I want now this level to break and see if we continue lower, because that is a sign, or that is a market generated information that the sellers are strong. There is no new fresh buying happening, and then I'll be looking for all these particular stops to be taken out. Okay, so if you have got any questions, let me just see. Nope, no questions is out yet. That's perfectly fine, but we are gonna chop. Today is a day where we are just gonna chop. So just sit back, relax, and tomorrow is a holiday. Also, one other thing is, US. So there are a couple of events which are happening in US, right? So there is some data coming out. There is a Fed meeting happening. Then there is some S&P data which is going to come out. So this week, first of all, it's a monthly expiry. Second is a lot of data are going to come out. So I would suggest to consider this week a bit light, unless and until if you have a clear trade plan, then you can execute. But at the moment, both sellers and buyers, they are not clear. I'm seeing both of them are getting trapped. So I would say just enjoy this week. Tuesday we have a holiday. Wednesday and Thursday we have two expiries. I think Friday there is some data which is going to come out of some RBI. I don't know, but this is a very pretty heavy week. So plus the first quarter. So basically October month for Q4. That's number is going to come out. Okay. So, okay, what's happening is I'm seeing lack of supply at 43,773. Now I wanted to break VWAP, and now I'm looking for sellers at 43,808. Okay, so it has cleared the 800 level. Now let's see, do we see some fresh selling or not? It reached here. Yeah, come on, let's see. Do we see a seller? Nope, there isn't a seller. Sellers are running away. So now, the auction will rotate higher towards the 844 level. Let's see whether we see the auction reaching 844. So 808 and 844, again, this is a pretty wide range. That's where, I'm looking for the observing for the supply. I have not taken any trades yet. Let me just open the one click. Okay, so this is the 43. Yeah, this is perfect. A 644,000. Yeah, this is correct. So currently, both if you see call and put, they are just, pretty. So a lot of straddle positions will be creating right now. There is just a 10-point difference, between 10 to 2-point difference between both these strike prices. Okay. So the ITM strike prices are giving me a hint that, just wait for the order flow to be coming in. And currently, these are the overall funds which are available to take a trade. Okay. So what has happened is supply has came in at 808. Now we are just again chopping around the VWAP level. So the balance or the range which I'm looking for, the observing the how the price develops, is between 808 and 43,773. Okay. Now what we have is we have got more buyers trapped above. I'm looking for continuation lower. So what we are going to do is we are going to chop between 780 to 800, this 20-point range, and then we will have a breakout. Again, I'll be looking for some responsive buying. If I don't see any responsive buying, then I'm looking for continuation lower. But right now, the data is suggesting me to just wait and watch. I'm looking for supply or seller at 808. I'm looking for a buyer at 773 or supply to shut off at 773 or 774. Okay. So this is the overall range, where I'm observing the auction. And below 800 is where I'm seeing some buyers. Above 810 is where I'm seeing some sellers. Okay. So where are the seller, where are the buyers, and we are just in between them. So as the price is moving higher, this is where I'm looking to short, this is where I'm looking to buy, this is where I'm looking to go long, this is where. So a scalper's day is what is currently happening. And guess what, we are just trading around, or the price is just developing around VWAP. Okay. So yeah, that's all which I wanted to share. I'm not seeing any trades at the open. Currently the price is developing above VWAP, so that might invite fresh buyers, not new buyers, into the system. So 43,800 is the line in sand. Okay, so inventory is long. So now I'm looking to see if it tags 848. So this is on a higher time frame, 30 minutes. This is on a 1-minute chart. Okay, so I'm looking at 808 and I'm seeing a seller again coming in at this particular price point. Okay, so I'm waiting for this particular range to be broken. Overall VWAP is getting flat, so a lot of straddle positions, strangle positions will be getting created. And let me look at the options inventory. So we are at 43,800 is the area where call positions are being created a lot. Okay, and see the drop which is happening now. Yeah, so just be careful. I would say just observe how the price is developing, and don't be in a hurry to take any trades. I'm looking for a choppy day today, and 43,700 is where I'm seeing put writing happening in the current options inventory which is getting created. Okay, so now, okay, just hold on. I'll just mark this levels. Yep. So there's nothing's changed. We are just trading within the previous day's value or the previous day's balance. Okay, 43,800 is the area where I'm looking at. Now it is developing lower. So now I'm looking for a buyer at 43,773. Let's see, do we see a buyer here or not? Okay, so those who sold here, they are the ones who will be exiting here. This is where some supply exhaustion happened and the auction is getting reversed. Now if you are long here, you can plan to exit here or plan to exit here, but overall inventory is long. I want 773 to break, and this is the zone where I'm looking for more responsive buying. Yep. I hope you are understanding, seeing clearly, where is a buyer, where is a seller. Yep. So more supply is coming in. Let's see whether this level holds or not. Okay. So using simple things to decode or understand the market generated information and not getting chopped, right? So I clearly shared that today is the day where we will be just chopping around. Uh, but overall we have we are currently developing. So we opened within the previous day's value, we are just developing within this value. So this is going to be a pretty choppy day. So let's see where we are balancing today. Okay, so I'm looking for some responsive buying here. So first I want the 773.9 or 774 to break. I want this particular level to be broken. Yes, it is broken now. I'm looking for continuation lower, and I'm expecting some responsive buying from 750 to 738 range. Plus also we have an area where previously this is a demand zone. This is where supply has been shut off. So I'm looking for again more choppiness, in this range. So you're seeing this, right? The supply is coming in pretty strong. We have entered into the 750 range. So I'm looking for some responsive buying here, because previously this is where, the print is suggesting me this is where there is going to be some buying happening. Okay. So how easy, or how clearly you are able to spot areas where to enter and where to exit. Okay. So if you have entered long, you can exit now, because there is going to be a seller at 773.9 or 774. Okay. So if this level clears, then I'm looking for some responsive buying at 740. So this is going to be again a chop range, a chop zone, because previously this is where so this is from 3 to 330. This is where the auction went sideways. Yeah. So this is a balance. Okay. So this is the edge of this is the high of the balance, and this is the low of the balance. Correct. So using simple balance rules. So who is buying here? Why is the auction moving up? That's the questions which you have to start asking. So let's see whether it clears the 790 level. I'm looking for sellers here. 780 is where supply is coming in. Yep. So 773.9. Let's see. We still have about 12 seconds left. But there is supply coming in. Okay. So I want this level to break, and 740 is the zone where I'm looking for some responsive buying. This is where there are going to be a couple of stops, and then I'm looking for a sharp mean reversion trade towards the VWAP. So let's see how the auction develops. So there is a seller at 773.9. I want this level to be broken now. So there's a seller here. There's a buyer here. There's a seller here. Is the seller moving up? Yeah, the seller is moved up. Here's a buyer. Seller is moved down. Here's a buyer. Here's a seller. Here's a seller. Yeah, so we are just pretty much chopping around. Okay. Now this is the balance, this is the range, this is the high of the balance, this is the low of the balance. So we are looking above and failing, and now I'm looking for looking below and failing. Okay, so the time is 9:30. It's been 24 minutes. I've been talking continuously. Sorry, I'm still having fever and cough and cold. I'm just trying my level best to help you understand how to decode the auction. Okay, so there is a seller here. I'm looking for a buyer here. I'm looking for this level to break. Yeah, it is breaking. So let's observe. Seller is not moving below this. I want this red line to move below this particular line. Nope. Now the red line has moved. Now it is again moving above this. So this is a choppy zone, and boom, you saw this short covering, right? So that's the way, I use market generated information. I had a level, the seller just moved once, and then, it is just moving. So seller is running away. So he's not coming here. So let's see whether we get a mean reversion trade now towards VWAP. And we have a zone, so this is where I'm looking for supply. So do we see again a supply coming in at 44,773 or 774? Okay, so I'm looking at this. So there is again a seller here. Let's see whether we see continuation towards this zone. Okay, more buyers are trapped in the system, plus above 43,800 is where we have sellers. This is the zone where responsive buying is happening, supply is getting absorbed. Okay, so the auction has slowed down. Again, supply is shutting off here. I want the seller to go below this level. Why isn't price moving lower? That's the question which I'm asking looking at the chart. The seller is coming now, but it's moving higher. Okay, here is the seller. I want him to come below 753. Yep, seller has moved lower. We have a gap now. This gap will be filled, and this is the zone where I'm looking for responsive buying. Let's see whether we get that. And clearly some signs of front running are being seen. Again, the seller is moved above the 752, 753 level. Here is the seller. Okay, so as I shared in the starting, right, 800 to 750 is the zone where I'm observing. We are again coming to the 750 level. In 750 right now is the area where I'm seeing what responsive buying. Yeah, seller is moving away, seller is moving higher. So now let's see whether we see seller at 773.9 or 774. Because overhead there is supply. Looking at the print, we are again going to chop. Okay, let me see if there are any questions. Nope, aren't any questions yet. Okay, so I hope you're learning something new, learning how I am looking at the markets. Where am I able to spot the buyers and sellers? Yeah, these are the balance zones. Okay, so we are 744 is the area, 744 is the line in sand. If this breaks, then I'm looking for continuation lower because there are a couple of stops. If this doesn't break, I'm looking for rotation upwards towards 848, 952, because this is where now the stops are getting built slowly and steadily. So in HDFC Bank, we have got more supply which is trapped below 1525 and 1524. Okay, let's see. But I'm looking for a mean reversion towards VWAP. Do we get that? Because now the auction is looking for seller's supply. Supply is shutting off, they are moving higher. So mean reversion trade is happening. Let's see whether we get a flush or not, or whether we see supply. So it is above the 773.9 or 774 level. This is where I'm again expecting some choppiness and then move up, clearing out the stops. Let's see what happens. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today. Happy Dashera, and I'll see you again back on Wednesday. Wednesday we have the expiry, so today even the premium erosion will also be high, if you're an options buyer. So just be very careful. Okay, so thank you again. Do like, share, subscribe, and feel free to add your comments in the section below, or if you're watching it the recorded version. I do generally respond to your comments. It might be late, but yeah. So thank you again, and I'll see you again on Wednesday. Yeah, take care.